Well, welcome to a special episode of Angel in the Afternoon. We'll be talking about the Yankees and baseball in general. I'm Andrew Rivera alongside David from Deconstructing Podcast and Alex Knights. How are we doing?
Good.
Doing fine.
Good. Yeah, I mean, we were just saw each other a few hours ago, but now here we go again. We're back at it. So, so the spring training is just about over. I think regular season starts on Thursday for the Yankees. So, um, what do you guys think of the Yankees spring training so far? Just to start there.
I haven't really followed spring training much. I mean, I've seen clips, but I haven't been watching the games, because they don't mean much.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's been some bright spots.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yes. I'm just saying it's not really one of my top priorities right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, Austin Wells has hit 6 home runs and 12 RBIs at a 372 batting average, so he's
Cody
primed for a
Bellinger
big
looked
year.
great.
Yeah, Cody Bellinger is hitting 400 with 3 homers and 7 RBI, according to this, with a
And
444
Paul
on
Goldschmidt was
base.
doing really good until he got
Yeah,
hurt.
he got hurt,
Is he
so
still hurt?
yeah, as far as he's not going to start the year healthy at least, so he'll be back later
Well,
in
at
the
least
year.
Ben Rice has been hitting. I guess he'll be playing first. So
Ben Rice has had a solid spring with 5 home runs, 9 RBI, a 259 batting average, and 328 on base. So yeah, it's solid, So he'll probably be, the first baseman here, and at least when the season starts.
Yeah, I've definitely been feeling a little bit mid. I tried to follow it as much as I can.
Yeah,
Austin Wells, hey, I like me some Austin Wells, man.
man, he's had
I
a
like
hell of a
me.
spring.
I like
I
me
mean,
some Austin Wells,
he's
baby.
had a hell of a spring. I mean, he's been one of the better players for the Yankees in the spring. Cody Bellinger's also been great, hitting over 400. Jason Dominguez hitting 281 with 305 on base with 3 homers, 11
Ooh,
RBI. Solid spring.
yes, baby.
Offensively, at least. I mean, his defense leaves a lot to be desired, but
Right.
same with
actually,
Jose Altuve to left field.
it's not going well
Where
for
are
the
the
Astros right
Astros
now.
being?
Wow.
hmm But I mean, hopefully Jason Dominguez figures it out there because the Yankees could use his bat out there, especially while the injuries going starting off the year, especially offensively. So
I do like the combination of Anthony Volpe and Jazz Gizmo, shortstop second. That seems to be
yeah,
working.
I do too. But we don't have a third baseman still, unless they start the year with Oswaldo Cabrera again and
That's what it
see what
looks like.
happens.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
all Ventura.
Yeah, Ozzy,
I don't
yeah.
know what's happened to him. I mean, when he first debuted, he looked really good, but the last two seasons, like, what has happened?
yeah,
Uh,
I don't.
He put too much pressure on himself,
Hmm.
or what?
That could be it. I mean, right now I am all out there. I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah. Let's see who else has been
the fact that
um
Ozzy, he's always in like in trade talks or whatnot. So you
yeah,
know, gotta get to his head. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Judge is hitting 129 with a 282 on base. So he hasn't had a good spring, but I'm not worried about him,
Yeah.
so
Remember,
he'll
he
be
gets
fine.
off the slow starts and then he picks it up. So,
Yeah. Let's see.
Did
Uh,
Spencer Jones get any at bat this spring?
Yeah, I mean he has. He's hit 241 at 333 on base, and
I
two
who
home
mean,
is he
runs and six
hitting?
RBI.
okay.
He's
Uh,
Who?
okay. He's in an okay spring,
right.
Spencer Jones, but
Oh, okay. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. How old is Spencer Jones? I mean,
I mean,
he,
he's young, isn't he?
yeah. I mean he. Um,
let me see. Yeah, yeah.
mm,
I mean, not
23.
Yeah.
okay, okay.
He's still
All
young.
right.
Yeah, still.
But I thought he
He
was
was.
old.
Yeah, he was drafted 3 years ago. That's why he seems like
Mm,
he's been around for a while. But
got
he's
you.
he's 6'7", 235. So he's another
Uh,
judge.
right.
Except
That's
he's like 50
basically.
pounds. He's 50 pounds lighter. But
Yeah.
all right, let's see. Whoops. Mm, who else?
I know that the Yankees are facing against the Brewers on Thursday. That's correct, right?
Yeah,
Thursday.
opening days
Is
against
I'm sure
Milwaukee.
Nestor Cortez he'll be pitching one of those games, right?
I would assume so. I mean, they got Milwaukee got him to be a starter, and he's probably one of their top three guys in the rotation right now. So I would assume the Yankees would see him at some point.
That'd be
Let's
funny.
see.
That'd be
Um,
funny.
But
no
I do
third
gotta say,
baseman. Go ahead.
the thing that annoys me the most is all these Met fans who've been, talking about us fans, saying, "Oh, we're better," raving about stats, and they keep making an ass of themselves. It's just. I know I've been tagging you guys about some of their posts. It's just unbelievable.
Right, right.
Yeah. Well, the Mets, even with Soto, they're not even like the third base. I mean, the third best team in their division.
Yeah.
I would
So
say
that was
Atlanta and Philadelphia are
Dodgers.
better.
Yeah, and Philly, last time I was checking the
Hmm.
MLB ranks. I mean,
Mm.
Philly's number two.
Yeah, they're Atlanta and Philadelphia. I would consider better than the Mets right now, even though they paid all that money for Juan Soto. But
Yeah.
let's see,
It's just
Anthony
like what
Volpe.
Jeff Passan said, even though he wasn't talking about the Yankees in the tweet, but it still refers to the Yankees. If you want to stop being called little brother, stop acting like one.
Right, right.
Yeah,
And,
because I don't see the Yankees mentioning the Mets every 5 seconds. So
Yeah.
and, I think Alex, I think you made a post, and I think for some reason the typo. So over here in New York City, they are doing in Union Square, they're doing what they call like a Mets house. I don't know
Yeah,
if that's.
yeah, yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
And right, and I'm like, yeah, what's the Mets house? Is that like the 1986 rehab center for the Mets? I'm like, put in
I
docket
mean,
and some.
I don't see the Yankees making what a 1998 house or whatever, right?
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
what's going on?
So Austin Wells, Ben Rice has had a great spring, so I assume he'll get the majority of the time at first. Let's see. Anthony Volpe's had an okay spring. I mean, he's hit
Yeah.
216, but he had four
Uh,
home runs and nine RBIs. So
That's
you
not
know,
bad. I mean, he's
yeah,
not
yeah.
going to hit a ton of home runs. So
Yeah. So,
as long as he still
y-
plays great defense, and he still has
mhm.
some, you know. I just
Uh,
remember when we had to worry about IKF playing shortstop. Like, oh my god, is he going to make a good throw?
Right, right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Or just make a easy play when he couldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, as everybody knows, the Yankees had more injuries than like crazy right now. So,
How does it keep happening? Like every year, like why don't they do something to their training staff? It's
mhm.
ridiculous.
yeah, I mean, there's
You're
a lot. It's
fired.
been years of this, so a lot of it's probably on the training staff at this point because it's been years of this issue, injuries
It's
that
probably
nobody came on.
that meme where you have the security guards like go on, go on.
Uh
That
huh.
meme.
Yeah, yeah, I've
That's
seen
probably
that.
the training staff.
So Garrett Cole is out for the year, as everybody knows. I mean, he's not. We're not going to see him this
Obviously,
season at
yeah.
all. It's unfortunate because he missed that first half of last season due to that another UCL injury.
Mhm.
And I thought he should have had Tommy John's last year. I mean, he hurt his UCL. That's all I need to know. It's like, yeah, he needs Tommy John, but he pitched
But I
through it
wouldn't
the
say the
second
Yankees
half.
wouldn't get as far as they did without Cole. So you know.
Well, yeah, but
Mm,
I mean, now he's out for the year now, and we won't see him again until maybe next season. It's like early
Yeah.
next season at some point.
The thing
So
that concerns me is that next year he's going to be 36. So I
yeah,
wonder if they should have him not be the strikeout fastball pitcher and focus more on pitching, if you know what I mean, because it's might need to do that,
hmm,
like Red Addicts, I
yeah. I
mean,
mean, well, he's 36 next season, and
yeah,
the Yankees championship window is closing fast. I mean, right now they need to win the next 2 years, or else then I may have to kind of retool this roster
Was
and
that how
everything.
many? How many years? Cole got left on his
when he
contract.
signed for 2020, it was 9 years,
Nine.
300 and something dollars, $1 million. I don't remember the exact
The
amount.
hell?
I've been 320.
Yeah,
Ain't
he has like 3 or 4 years left, or 3 years left on that contract. So
Jesus Christ. The hell?
it's a massive overpay. I mean, if
Jeez.
and no matter how good he was, he still is good, but it's a massive overpay.
Wow.
So yeah, Garrett Cole is out for the year. Stanton, I don't know when we're gonna see him again. If we'll see him
I
at
mean, he
all
didn't
this
even
season.
play and he's already hurt. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
right. Yeah, that's
Uh,
that to you, man.
Apparently, he was injured in the playoffs, but he still played through it.
Yeah, I heard that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know when we're gonna see him again. He has bad elbows, and he had a calf injury too, which he's still healing from. So he doesn't even have it in spring training yet.
But hey,
So
how about Carlos Carrasco? How about the spring training he's had?
he's been a big surprise this spring. I mean,
Yeah.
let me look up his. I mean, I saw his numbers. I'm like, holy shit! I mean, he may have found his old self there,
Yeah.
because
I
Cookie
can't
Wow.
Carrasco.
remember who his pitching coach is.
Right, right, yeah. I mean, he went like 3-14 last year with a 6 ERA, something like that. Like, has
Jeez.
he figured it out? He's had a fantastic spring this year. So he's made the roster as a starter. Obviously, I mean,
Yeah.
he's made the team. But let's see. I'm trying to find. Here we go. Uh, no. Why do I only get one picture here? Doesn't matter. But
I mean, yeah, Carrasco was that way, but in the Indians or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
was with the
Okay,
Guardians, and then he got traded with the Mets with the Lindor trade, and then he came back to the Guardians, and now he's.
yeah.
got you. What
So
about
last year,
what's Goldie's doing? I'm sorry, Tom.
Hmm?
Andrew.
Goldie,
Goldie.
yeah, he had
Yeah.
a okay spring until he got hurt.
Yeah.
But he hit
Wow.
297 with a 381 on base,
That's
three
expected.
home
Okay.
runs, 11 RBI. He wasn't bad. He was good. It's just that he got hurt.
Yeah.
So
Got you.
Carrasco last year went 3-10 with a 5.64 ERA.
Damn.
So he was brutal. But this in the spring he's been great. So I don't know whether he's figured it out or what. But it's like,
Yeah.
And
yeah, he
And that's
Yeah,
like three and was that, that was Cleveland, right?
yeah,
I mean, that's
Yeah,
3-10. I mean, Cleveland was a good team. So in
yeah,
another team, he probably would have been like 0-15. you
yeah.
know, you know what I
So
mean?
so far in spring training, the Yankee he's 1-0 with a 1.69 ERA, 16 innings, 15
Okay,
strikeouts, and a 0.94 WHIP. So he's been fantastic this spring.
nice.
So hopefully that'll translate to the regular season. So we'll see. He's 38 years old, so it's not like he's not a young guy anymore. But
right.
Yeah,
but with the pitching coach there, that turns he turned Luke Weaver into a closer. I mean, until they got him Devin Williams, but he he was the
yeah,
closer, Luke Weaver, for
yeah.
this last
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
So
yeah. What about Max Fried? Max Friedman,
mm,
how he's doing?
let's see,
Max Fried,
Yeah,
Max
him
Fried.
and Carlos are gone. I need to know how they're both doing.
yeah.
uh,
I like Max Fried.
mhm.
With Atlanta. I mean,
Yeah. Hmm.
Um,
we got to get
Spring.
Stroman
He
in there.
went. He went 1-0. He's
Who's me?
on. Where are we? 2.53 ERA. Has a win, 3 starts,
Okay.
10 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs,
Oh,
eight
let's get it.
strikeouts.
Nice.
He's a good spring. That's a good spring. It's not. I don't expect him. He's probably going to start opening day right now. He's
Yeah.
slated to start opening
Yeah.
day.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Uh,
I thought I heard that Carl. Wait, were you talking about Max Fried or Carlos Rodon?
yeah.
Max Fried.
Freed is probably
I
going to
think I
start
heard
opening
Carlos
day.
Rodon was starting opening day. I think that's what I
Oh.
heard.
Uh,
It could be. I mean, I wouldn't mind with doing the first game.
Yeah,
yeah.
first. I can
Well,
understand it
well,
because he's been on the Yankees longer. He's been used to it.
yeah.
Predator.
Well,
Might.
Rodon, his spring, he has 3 starts. He's 1-0 with a 5.4 ERA.
Oh,
Uh,
Oh,
he had 10 innings, 12 hits, 6 runs, 1 home run, 6 walks, 10 strikeouts.
the
So
6 runs, is it earned or unearned or?
they're all earned. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, 6 earned. I mean, it's not terrible, I guess. So.
in 10 innings,
I mean,
I mean, it's okay, but I mean, right now it looks like Max Fried might get the ball opening day if I look at
'Cause
just
I
the
thought I
record
heard
there.
Rodon was getting opening day start. I thought that's what I heard.
I would give probably Rondon Fried the ball opening day, but yeah, I mean, Cole is out for the year. Let's see, who
yeah,
else is out?
you had a list of the funny with thing with Rondon. He pitched in Colorado previously.
He pitched in San Francisco before
Rodon?
coming to the
Yeah, yeah.
Yankees.
No, he was with the White Sox, then with the
Yeah,
Giants.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, why am I confusing him?
Uh,
You might be thinking of one of his first starts as a Yankee when he pitched in Colorado, and he did.
Right, right, right. I'm like, if anyone that does good in Colorado you would think.
yeah. Well, Stroman has another. He's been okay at best. He's 2-1 with a 4.66 ERA in the spring. Nine and a third innings, 5 runs, all earned,
At
three
least
home
the one
runs.
good thing with Cole out for the year is that Rafael Devers won't be able to bat against him.
Uh,
Well,
7 strikeouts. How many walks? 2 walks. I mean,
Speaking of
he's
which,
been.
is Devers still upset about the third base situation? Is that still not handled yet?
I haven't heard much about that since that one. Since we saw that a month ago. I don't know whether that's been handled
let
When
or
them
he's like,
fight. Let
no,
them fight.
no, no.
Yeah, let
no.
them fight. Let them fight.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's been handled or not because I haven't heard much about it. But
Yeah.
the one thing that he clearly didn't want to play second base or third base, or yeah, he didn't want to
No,
leave third
he didn't
base.
want to play any other
Yeah,
position that wasn't third. That's what it was.
It wasn't like that was one of like these. He's not a good fielder. Oh, that's for sure.
He's one of the worst defensive third
Right,
basemen.
yeah,
right,
hmm
He's horrible.
right.
I
He
don't know
got
yeah.
why he would think he has the right to stay at
It,
third base. I mean, it's
I
ridiculous.
I
mean,
don't. So the Red Sox paid Alex Bregman all that money, and Did they bother checking with Rafael Devers where it's okay? He wanted to move positions. I don't think they did because he clearly is
No,
recently talking about no, I'm not moving from third base. I'm the starting third baseman.
right.
No, he's like, I played third.
Yeah, hey, I'm on third. We got
Yeah,
we got
so
He has an
Trent.
opt out after the first year, right?
yeah, he.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
so he
think
may not be
Bregman
back
has
to
an
the Red
opt out.
Sox after this season. So
Oops.
As Mark Leiter Jr. Jesus, Mark Leiter.
oh yeah, he did so
Mm,
good in the postseason last year.
Yeah,
wow.
After
Yeah.
he.
after having a mediocre regular season, and then he comes back to being unstoppable in the postseason.
Yeah,
But remember, that was
Bre-
because Ian Hamilton got injured, and he was a late
Mm,
replacement. But
Yep.
well,
Bregman signed a 3-year, $120 million contract with the Red Sox.
yeah,
It
that's
Wow.
includes
a lot of money.
it includes $60 million deferred, paid from 2035 to 2046. Bregman can receive the final payment as 120 million 3-year deal with the Boston Red Sox in 2046. He calls for a $5 million signing bonus paid to be paid on January. So
Hey. Okay.
yeah, it doesn't. I think he does have an opt out, but I don't. It
Yeah,
doesn't really say when. He gets salaries at 35 million this year, 40 the next 2 years, 60 million deferred. His salary actually is 20 million per year. His deferrals are due June 15th in each year from 2035 to 2046.
And we talk about
Bregman,
Alex.
yeah,
yeah,
Bregman,
Alex
yeah.
Bregman, yeah.
He can
Dang.
opt out after 2025 or 2026, become free agent.
Yeah.
So he has opt outs at the first 2 years of his contract.
I mean, hey, he could become a Yankee
Oh,
next year,
oh,
possibly.
right.
So
I,
he
I
can
mean,
leave
I thought
after the
he.
season.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
go ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry, Alex. No, I
Well,
thought he was gonna be a Yankee.
yeah, I did too, but I thought it's more realistic for the Yankees to trade for Nolan Arenado from the Cardinals
Right,
because
right.
Yeah.
he already
I
has
don't know
the
why the
con.
Yankees were like, no, 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 I don't want Arenado. Like, why? You rather be
Uh,
with what we have right now?
They
Really?
rather start
right.
the year with Oswaldo Cabrera at third. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, if I could
I
move,
mean,
it's,
yeah, Nolan Arenado. I mean, he had a down year, but playing at Yankee Stadium, and if he still plays great third baseman, I mean,
and he's
what's the
best friends with Goldie,
Goldie. Yeah,
Goldschmidt.
I was
Yeah,
about to say,
yeah?
yeah,
so I
yeah, I
don't
was
know
about
why
to
they
say
didn't
that.
make
Yep.
that deal. I mean, I'm sure
I,
he
Right.
would
I
have waived
yeah,
the no
I would
trade
have done.
clause.
I mean, yeah.
One of the
Yeah, I don't
best.
get it.
One
Like
of the
he's
best.
Plus, I still thought it fun. Remember in that game a long time ago with the Rockies and the Padres when a pitcher threw behind Arenado, he went straight charging, went to the punch
Oh,
him.
as soon as that ball went behind him, he dropped his bat and just went
Yeah.
after. He charged the pitcher.
By the way, that was the same day that later on there was that Yankees Red Sox fight with
Yeah,
Joe
with
Kelly and Tyler
yeah,
Uh,
Joe Kelly. I mean, I'm I wasn't the biggest Joe Kelly guy until he threw at Carlos Correa in 2020
Oh yeah,
during the
wow.
pandemic. I mean, that was he threw behind him too, and he's like,
yeah.
mm
It's like
yeah, fuck you.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, that's when okay, I like this guy now. He threw behind. That's after this cheating scandal of the Astros. So
mhm.
like he threw
Yep.
behind him. It was like, great,
This is
but
it.
yeah. I mean, let's see.
What about how we doing with David Williams? I like David.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, problem is, he's a free agent after the season, so you're
Mm,
kind of, you
wow.
know.
So if he
Well, what do we
hasn't
think?
done,
but I mean, they can
What?
always if he becomes so good this year, they can always
Mhm.
try to sign him.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah,
I
uh,
think I was thinking about the same.
he's he has a 3 ERA in 3 games. He
I
pitched
mean,
3 innings. He gave up a run with 4 strikeouts. I mean, no walks.
okay, I
all right,
think that's
okay,
fine.
I mean,
okay.
that's good. Yeah, he only pitched in 3 innings this spring, so
Yeah.
Mm,
Wasn't
so
he
yeah,
the one that's suggested, hey, I think we should have the beards now? Wasn't he
yeah.
the one?
Yeah, he kind of complained about it a little bit, but then
Yeah,
that right after that, Steinbrenner changed the rule where it
yeah.
allowed
I
for
was still amazed when I saw the news. I was like,
Mm.
Wow, holy
Yeah, I
shit!
wanted to
They're
bring that up. What you guys thought of that? That the
Oh,
beard is
I mean,
finally
I was
allowed.
for. I mean, I liked the shaved beards. I like how the Yankee players look. But I mean, I was like, hey, okay, I'm all for it. You know.
The
So
key is Steinbrenner said it had to be well groomed, so we're not gonna see like these
yeah, yeah.
caveman
I don't think
beards.
I would want to see the Yankee players with mountain beards or
right.
whatever. I don't know if I'd want to see that. So I'm fine
Yeah,
with groomed looking beards
yeah,
and
well
stuff.
groomed beards. That was clear in Steinbrenner's statement when he was
Yes,
like,
I
"Oh
I
yeah,
don't
we're gonna
blame
allow."
Steinbrenner for that.
Yeah.
And then my thing is this: I personally feel that because of that, maybe we didn't sign some good free agents.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean
that's
that
my thing. I mean,
that was kind of. I'm sure that was Steinbrenner's thinking, especially when Devin Williams kind of complained about it. Is like,
hmm.
yeah, I mean, if
Well,
we're good, if
And
we
I
can lose,
remember seeing some comments from like Met fans is like after they have the Beers rule now, it's like, oh, this happened because Juan Soto left. I'm like, Juan
ah,
Soto barely had facial hair. Like, what are
right,
you
right,
talking
right.
he
about?
never had a beard really, so I don't know why
Yeah,
that came popped up all of a sudden.
he was okay with not having it with the Yankees. I like, what is
Hmm.
that? See, this is what I mean. Like I told you guys, I'm really starting to hate the Mets and their fans more than the Red Sox. Because they just like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
act
the Mets fans.
say
Yeah,
whatever they
yeah.
Hmm.
want.
Yeah, let's see.
1986, and that's all you gotta say, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like 86, get out of here.
Although I would say probably the most annoying Red Sox fan right now, I'm sure you know, Angel, it's Cutter is King. You know that account? Cutter
yeah,
is King.
yeah. He's
That
very
troll account.
annoying.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes.
I'm okay with that facial thing. And it's funny because my line of work, I always tell my people, my members, it's like, look, listen, you work for a private company. If they want you to clean shave, then you gotta
Mm-hmm.
do it. You know what I mean? You gotta do it. Just like the Yankees, but now I can't use the Yankees no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just Rafael Devers drama with Red Sox reaching new heights should elate Yankee fans. So the drama's continued. It hasn't really stopped.
Oh
Mm.
my god.
It could
We
very
should
well
play
be
that
true.
full clip.
Uh,
We should play that full clip of him saying no, no, no.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't want to get flagged for copyright, but yeah, I mean, it could very well
Alex,
true. The
you do a
Boston
good
Red
job,
Sox.
Raphael. I'll be the translator.
Yeah.
Alex, ¿qué tú dijiste, Alex? What you say?
Uh, could have a massive. The Red Sox could have a massive leg up on the AL East. So after New York Yankees lost Garrett Cole for all of 2025, and could be without Giancarlo Stanton for the same length of time. So his injury situation worsened, but not all things are well in Beantown. Boston has injury troubles of its own with Lucas Giolito, Brian Bello, Cutter Crawford, Masaka Yoshida expected to miss start of the
Yeah.
season. And if you thought of Marcus Stroman drama with the Yankees was bad, how about we get the media jumping or whatever the heck the Red Sox are doing, Rafael Devers? So this offseason, the Sox former Houston Astros star got a 3-year, $120 million contract has opt-outs after this season and
Man, that's
next.
easy.
He had created a rift within the organization in regard to the starting third baseman spot this upcoming season. So Bregman would take over at second base. That was the initial thought, but it quickly became obvious that wasn't the case. The Red Sox made it clear they preferred the 2024 Gold Glove winner over Devers, who led the MLB or the AL errors 7 times in his career. Alex Cora made some direct comments about it. Devers was outspoken as well. So Devers has always been an awful defender. I mean, at third
Yeah.
base, and it's like what the hell? I mean, you want to basically like be selfish? Is like, oh no, I'm the third baseman. I'm the third baseman. Not.
I
I
played
mean,
third.
I'm not moving.
That's what
Yeah, I
he
like
said. I
third,
played third.
and it's still
Wait,
not resolved. Go ahead.
wait. Come on. You're downplaying to the Spanish. It's like, yo primero, what is it? What is the third base? Damn, Jesus. Tercera base.
He
Alex,
said,
I'm
uh huh.
giving you a Spanish thing. Yo juego tercera base. ¿Qué tú crees? Wait, you're my translator. ¿Qué tú crees? Tercera base, Angel.
No. I'm the third baseman, and I'm on. Uh, Devers only. It's not. Still not resolved. In fact, Devers only started appearing in spring training games this weekend. Cora told
Man,
reporters that Devers wanted more time and didn't feel up to speed.
he's
But
gonna
we'll
have a
go
bad
ahead
start to the season.
and roll our eyes at that, especially after it was reported Devers thought about requesting a trade after all this transpired this offseason.
Hey,
If
even though yes, he's a horrible defensive third baseman, I would still take the trade. I would still get him. I don't know
yeah,
about you, but
it
you know,
if getting up to speed means complicating your future with your future employer, then sure. I mean, yeah, I mean at this point he's probably gonna ask for a trade. So
yeah.
the situation not been solved. In fact, it's gotten worse because Devers hasn't even played this spring.
Mhm.
And so one team blah 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 is entire it's an entirely different to displace your face of your franchise for a player who may not be here longer than a season. Devers signed a 10-year, $313.5 million
Yeah.
contract last year, and he's with Boston through
No, a
2033.
couple seasons before that, um, it was it was because of after
Uh,
they lost Sander Bogarts, and then of course before
yeah,
that
it
move,
says that
it was,
it kicks
it was a
in last
desperate
year.
move. It was a
It kicked in
desperate.
last year his 10-year
Oh,
contract. So
okay, yeah,
Mm,
okay, I get what you mean.
yeah, so he's with Boston to 2033.
Yeah,
Bregman's
mm,
glorified 1-year contract will see him opt out, even if there's a slimmest of chances he can out earn the deal with a big
yeah.
campaign in 2025.
Hmm.
Devers
okay.
will not be traveling with the Red Sox for the exhibition games in Mexico, which aren't for another week. Does that mean everything's going swimmingly? No, I mean this is not good. If he's
So,
not
like I
traveling with
said,
the
he's
team,
gonna have a very slow start to the
uh,
season then, because
no,
early in the
uh,
spring training, it's
all of this feels like unnecessary upending of team chemistry. Devers is a certified Yankee killer. Bregman is not an otherworldly talent if you introduce to completely throw off the status quo, especially if he's not signed to a long-term deal. There's another layer of this that puts the Red Sox in a bad position. Moving Devers to a permanent DH role all but officially squeezes Yoshida off the roster. And that
Mm.
gives even less leverage in trade talks for a Japanese slugger who is due 55.8 million over the next 3 seasons.
oof.
Ooh,
Yeah, so because Yoshida isn't a fielder, he's basically a hitter at this point.
right,
So
right.
he's owed 55 million over the next 3 years. So good luck trying to move him with
I
that
guess the Red
contract.
Sox thought he'd be the next Otani, huh? At
Yeah.
least hit.
I mean,
Yeah, so the Devers situation is getting worse now, and I
Yeah,
don't know whether he's going to start the year with the Red Sox. It seems like
yeah.
he might stay down for extended spring training. That's
It
probably
just
my
all goes back
expectation.
that they should have never traded Mookie. They never should have done that.
No, because once they moved Mookie, that was like, then that means anybody could have been traded. Then they lost Andrew Bogarts to the
Mhm.
Padres, and they had to re-sign Devers because if they lost him too, the Red Sox fans would have lost their shit. I mean, they wouldn't have gone to
Yeah,
games next season, so they had to keep one of their superstars. So it's like, oh, here's a bunch of money for Devers. Oh, by the way, he's the worst defensive third baseman in baseball for years now. So,
and he swings so hard, it looks like he's gonna hurt his shoulder every time.
and when he gets older, I'm sure he will hurt himself. I mean, right now, he's young and he can get away with it, but when he ages, that hard swing can get himself hurt.
Mhm.
So let's see.
Oh yeah, and also, yeah. Here's another question: how is Roland Chapman doing with the Red Sox?
Oh, that's a good question because they signed him to.
right. Did you just say, yo, he's in that team
I
too?
can't wait to
Gee.
see that meme unlock when he smiles. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shaman, when he comes up next time, when you're gonna blow on save, here's Doris Chapman.
uh, so
I mean, the
he
dude, he throws hard, man. But
no.
eh,
Well, oh yeah, yeah. That's the
man,
weird thing. When the later contract with the Yankees, he couldn't throw as hard, but yet when he went to different teams, he started throwing hard again. Like, how?
right,
I don't think he wanted to be here anymore, and then especially that last season,
right, right, right.
Well,
because he
it was
was
his fault. I mean, it was his fault.
yeah he literally and the Yankees wanted him to throw a bullpen right before the playoffs. He wouldn't throw the bullpen, so they sent him home.
Yeah, he went
So
to what, Miami? Is that correct?
he
When
went to
they
Pittsburgh the
Yeah,
year
yeah,
that right
yeah,
after
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he was
Yeah.
okay in
No, no, I
Pittsburgh.
meant
I mean,
Miami. When the Yankees make the playoffs, he just went straight to Miami,
yeah, yeah, he
right?
went home. The Yankees sent him home.
Yeah.
All right, so he went. He so far he has a 2.5 ERA and
Yeah.
8 games played, 7 and 1/3 innings pitched, 2 runs given up, 5 walks, 14 strikeouts. It's a little bit too many
Yeah, but that
walks
can
for
all
seven
change
innings.
during the regular season. So
Yeah, that's too many walks for 7 innings. I'm not, if I'd be kind of concerned if I was a Red Sox fan. Even though it's 2.45 ERA is good, but those walks, it's
Yeah.
like in the regular season, that's going to come back and bite him. So
I mean,
where
that's what he does,
Henry
man.
Jansen still with the team, or does he not have a team, or what's going on with him?
I don't know about
Who was it, Alex?
Kenley
Henry Jansen.
Jansen. He was their
Oh,
closer before. Yeah, he
I
went. He
like,
had a
I like
He hasn't
Alex,
3.29
done
ERA
very
last
well
year.
lately.
but
So
I know he was playing with the Dodgers for quite a
Yeah, he
while.
was. So he's back with the Dodgers this spring.
oh really?
He, yeah,
Wow.
he's played in 4 games. He hasn't given up a run in 4 innings. He has 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah.
So he hasn't given up a run this spring in 4 appearances. So no, actually, I'm sorry. He's not with the Dodgers. He's with the Angels. So
Oh,
LAA, the
they.
Angels.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Uh,
I think I may have read that he was with the Angels.
yeah, not the Dodgers. Yeah, he went to the Angels.
Yeah,
So
right.
Surprisingly, the Angels have had a busy offseason. I didn't
uh,
expect that.
I mean, all that money that they said with Botani, they got to make moves.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Well, I mean, Otani was a free agent when he left, so
yeah, he
Mhm.
went to the Dodgers, and
yeah,
I mean, he had an okay World Series, but he hurt his shoulder, and he
yeah.
wasn't really
I think if
doing.
he had hurt his shoulder, he probably would have done better. But
Yeah, he had an okay World Series, but when he hurt his shoulder, stealing second, he wasn't really the same.
by
And
the
if he
way,
did, uh
Shohei Otani is 9 batters away from batting.
huh, yeah, I hated that. That was like when the Yankees got to the World Series, like, oh shit, we're gonna have to put up with
Well,
that.
no, it even happened during the other playoff series when they would show
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I know. So we have to put up with that. It's like
Oh, well, yeah,
Otani's 7 batters away. It's
All right.
like Fox was completely like giving fellatio to Otani. I
yeah.
mean,
But at
they
least ESPN will be gone after this season. Finally,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, I was surprised at ESPN just giving up the Major League Baseball contract.
yeah.
Like, I
I
guess it
mean,
was to.
ever since they threw out, well, I don't know if threw out's the correct term, but ever since they didn't re-sign John Miller and Joe Joe
Joe
Morgan, right?
Morgan, he hasn't
Right.
been the same.
That was
Yeah,
pretty
I
much
mean,
it. That was
Sunday
the
Night
end.
Baseball hasn't been the same without those two. I mean, only time I watch it when the Yankees play. I have no choice.
Yeah,
But other than that, I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch Sunday Night Baseball anymore.
yeah,
Right now, I've heard that NBC is interested in getting
yeah,
back Major League Baseball. They had him in
yeah.
the '90s, but
Just as
Okay.
long as they
so
don't bring back Bob Costas to
Yeah, I
play.
was about to say Backlash. I'm pretty sure they'll bring him back. I'm pretty
And
sure.
they need to put Matt Vasgersian as the commentator. That would be great.
Man, I kind of
yeah,
enjoy Matt.
he's good, but I'm like, what? Bob
Complain.
Costas in the series with the Royals last year in the
uh,
playoffs. A lot of people complained about his
Line
commentary.
drive, base hit. No, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
like
Well, yeah.
it's like what? Oh, what a play! Like Volpe, he thought it was a hit when Volpe like caught it or something. That was not good.
Yeah.
But people really complained about his commentary in that playoff series.
I mean,
Uh,
Bob Costas, he's a smart baseball man. I don't dislike him for that. It's just his commentary is just
And
yeah,
he's
especially
getting up
now
there.
that he's getting older.
Right.
So
I mean, the only good part was, a few years ago when I'm sure you've seen that meme, Angel, where he's like,
mhm.
Bot's coming in, Stroh is out, wondering himself what he's thinking after atrocious performance. Remember that meme?
Uh-huh. He's like, so right now the Yankees have a lot of injuries heading into the year. There's a lot of question marks. Who's going to play first? Who's going to play third? Is Dominguez going to be good out there and left? I mean, I've seen some of his issues in the spring in
Yeah.
the field, and it's not. I'm hoping that gets solved and he figures it out there and left
But again, I
because
just don't know why Astros would think putting Jose Altuve in the left field and keeping him in there would be a good idea.
I
I mean,
don't know what they're thinking. Is Altuve didn't look old last year at second base. He looked fine at second
yeah,
base. So it
yeah.
wasn't like, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, can you play left field this season? Who they got at second base? I mean, do they have some young prospect they have there?
Oh,
I don't know.
To me, when they decided not to bring back, was it James Click, the previous GM? I mean, what
Yeah,
were they thinking? He did so well after what happened in the Astros in 2020. I mean, he was
yeah,
the perfect guy, to keep the Astros dominance going. And then they just, nah, we're going to get rid of you. And then they had
and
Bernard doing
it's
I
kind
do not understand what they were
of
thinking.
the Astros, and then Dusty Baker retired, and they replaced him with what's his face? He's the Yankees coach, the former
Joe
Yankees coach.
Espada.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It hasn't been the team hasn't been. They were okay last year. They made the playoffs, but
yeah,
they got eliminated immediately in the wild card round. So
yeah.
luckily the Yankees didn't see them because the Astros,
yeah.
like the Yankees, been
Yeah.
cursed by the
Although I think
Astros.
the Yankees would have beaten them in the postseason this time, just because the Yankees were much better and the Astros weren't
Yeah,
as good.
I would assume so. Yeah, but the Yankees have been snake bitten by the Astros,
Yeah,
especially
Right.
this. So yeah, I mean,
Well, that's why
I,
we got Gavin Cole, right? Because he,
no.
you know,
Unfortunately, we're not going to see Garrett Cole this season,
that's why
and we're
we.
not going to probably not see Stanton. I mean, it seems like there's no timetable for his return at least. So,
yeah,
and he didn't play in the spring, so he's going to need a spring training. So
yeah.
he's going to need at least 20 at
Well, I
bats.
mean, he
Yeah,
would when he would come back, he would play in some minor league games.
yeah, he would have a rehab assignment. He would have
Yeah,
to
Mm.
because he hasn't seen any live pitching since the World Series last year. So,
yeah.
but so he's out. Cole is out. Luckily, Carlos Carrasco has found himself again this spring because or else the Yankees would be really screwed. Because
Yeah,
they only right now they would only have Clark Schmidt is out
yeah.
and
Ian, Ian
he
Hamilton, he
yeah,
always
Ian
gets hurt.
Hamilton is out, and what the rookie of the year last year? Why am I forgetting his name?
Oh yeah, Luis Hill. Yeah,
Yeah, Luis
forgot
Hill,
about
he's
that.
out
Yeah,
too.
he's out for at least a
Oh,
couple months
jeez.
or a
Yeah,
few months.
so if Carlos
And
Carrasco
then they're
haven't
saying,
figured it out,
"Hey, we should have traded him for Kyle Tucker." Like, no, no, you guys still
Yeah.
don't get it.
yeah, so if Cookie Carrasco didn't figure it out, the Yankees are really screwed
Oh
because
yeah.
all they would have right now is Carrasco, not Carrasco. All they would have is Rondon, Freed, and Stroman. So they would
Right.
need two more starters, and now
Yeah.
they only need one because Carrasco's made the roster. So that's four.
Well,
Let's go, Carrasco. Woo.
So they have four starters. Still need one more. I'm sure they can plug in somebody from the
mhm.
minors just to start the year, and then or skip the fifth spot in the rotation. Depending on the off days and stuff. So
Steph has joined in the chat.
hey, Steph, how are you? So yeah, I mean, let's see what else.
We talking baseball. Let's go.
Yeah, the so right now I'm thinking the Yankees have an excellent chance of winning this division. I know there's a lot of injuries, but
Yeah, I
the
know they
Reds
still
not.
have a chance to do it. I mean, we all remember what happened in 2019 when they had all these injuries and they still won the division to
They
103
won over
games.
100 games that year. So
But
Yeah.
still, it's not a guarantee. So
yeah, that was a magical year, which got eviscerated by the Astros and Chapman's infamous smile at this point. So
oh,
it's
No.
it's
like a
not because
meme.
No.
Altuve hit that pitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a meme now. That smile.
Oh,
So
he knew. He knew where he was pitching.
yeah.
I.
Okay, she's editing the episode we just did. Sounds good. Um, so Yankees have won over. I think the Yankees will win anywhere from 90 to 95 games. That should be enough to win the division.
But they could win
Uh,
more.
Yeah.
well, yeah, they could, but at the
Just
same,
as long as they don't have another bad
hmm,
summer stretch.
Well, so let
yeah,
me ask you. Let me ask you guys this
hmm,
question. So let's say, I mean, we do make the playoff, whatever the case might be. What about what's the name of that coach? What's the name of our coach? Jesus
The
Christ!
manager,
What's the name of our coach again? I forgot.
Aaron
Aaron
Boone.
Boone.
Aaron Boone. Yes. And so I'm just saying, let's just say we fall short. What you guys think about Ivan Boom another year?
well,
I like Ivan Boom. I'm just saying.
well,
I,
the Yankees only, and what was telling to me is the Yankees only gave him a 2-year extension. That tells
Okay.
me everything I need to know because basically he's on a short leash. If the Yankees don't win a championship the next 2 years, he's probably going to be out
yeah,
because
I attacked you saying, look at
Mhm.
all these fans, raging as if we didn't make the World Series last year.
I'm
Right.
not. Yeah, I mean Boone is he's gonna be if Boone look. I would argue if Boone didn't bring in Nestor Cortez in Game One to face Freddie Freeman, the Yankees probably would have won Game One,
Mhm.
and it
Mm.
would have kind of changed the trajectory of that World Series. But instead of bringing in, why not bring in Tim Hill? He was dominating that postseason, and
Thank
Right.
God
instead
we have Tim Hill back.
let's
Um,
bring in Nestor Cortez, who hasn't pitched in a month, to face Freddie Freeman, one of the best hitters in baseball.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that worked out the way I expected. It's like, oh no,
Yeah, that's
Nestor's
And
coming
then
out of that bullpen.
hopefully
This is not
Freeman
good.
can stop hitting.
Immediately, Freeman click. It's like, oh, game's over. Like, oh,
yeah. Once he hit the home run, I always felt that's it. It's done. Basically.
yeah. I mean, you had that feeling that that was the World Series right there.
Right.
Mhm. Even
And
though
of course, Aaron Judge is still struggling. And of course, that fifth inning that went on, it obviously did not help either. So,
no, I mean I thought a Yankees winning Game 4 was huge, and they started out so well in Game 5. It's like, okay, it's maybe a historic comeback. It's
Uh,
possible because
yeah.
the Yankee Flaherty pitched Game 5. Game 6 is supposed to be a bullpen game for the Dodgers. Yankees would have won that game too, probably, and forced the Game
No,
7 against.
that Japanese pitcher, Yamamoto, he would have pitched game 6.
You think so? Because
Yeah.
initially he was slated for
Oh,
Game 7.
well, oh, yeah, you're probably right. But,
Yeah,
I don't know. But
he was slated for
problem
Game
is, could you
7.
have trusted Carlos Rodon to pitch better in game 6? Because he didn't have a very good game 2 start. So, um,
Yeah, assuming he would have pitched well. I mean, in that bullpen game, the Dodgers bullpen wasn't the best, so that's why even
right.
the Dodgers were like, "Oh my God, we're lucky we won 5." Because even
Mhm.
them, they were like, "The Yankees could have come back and beat us in 7, or at least forced the game 7 to see what would end it for all the marbles." But
And that's the sentiment I get too with the Dodgers.
yeah. But the two things that the Yankees that they really really need to get better are of course the defense and the base
hmm
running. Those were their two biggest.
uh,
Um,
they were those two big Achilles heels. They
yeah,
were awful on defense, and even the Dodgers scouting report is like they're gonna
yeah,
fuck up on
they're very
defense.
good. Yeah,
They're gonna fuck up on defense. Just give them a chance, you know. Just put the ball in play. They're gonna mess it up, and they did, in epic, legendary, embarrassing fashion. They
yeah.
did so,
Mhm.
and that's what directly led to the Dodgers winning Game 5
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
winning that championship. Look again. I'm not
And
saying
of
I'm not
course,
trying to take
it
anything
didn't
away
help
from.
by
But
Mr. Changeup, Tommy Canley only throwing changeups.
I
You
don't
know.
know. Even though everybody talks about how great Kenley was last season, I'm like, I don't trust this guy whatsoever, no matter how good his numbers are. Every time he
I,
came in,
I never
I would hold my
understood why
breath.
he just kept throwing changeup after changeup
Yeah.
after changeup. Like, have you not what is going on, man?
Did he forget to throw a fastball? Because it seems like he just went changeup after
It's
changeup.
the definition of insanity, trying the same thing over and over, expecting
Yeah.
different results. And then the game 5 came along, and Dodgers, knew what he's going to do, and they capitalized on it.
I mean, major league hitters are going to capitalize on that. It's like, oh, he's
Yeah,
throwing them but changeups. Okay, so stay back and
Yeah,
tear the
very
ball off the
right.
cover,
And then
and that's what they
boom.
did. The Dodgers did eventually, and they
And
figured him out. Look, I mean, the Yankees played the Royals and they played the Guardians in the first 2 rounds. Neither team were much of a threat to get to the World Series, so
yeah.
it was like an easy path for the Yankees.
Hmm.
So ultimately, I'm glad they got there. I mean, but ultimately, the way they lost is like, oh my god. I mean, let's not, let's forget this. And I thought before the injuries they were better on paper this season. Now with the injuries, it's like it's a lot of question
I mean,
marks.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get by. We'll get by.
Yeah, we'll have to tread water until Goldschmidt comes back.
Yeah.
And the question is, why didn't the Yankees get Arenado? I don't know. I'm still because especially now since they got an extra $17 million because Garrett Cole's injury.
But also, I wonder why the fans didn't want Arenado. That's what I never understood.
They think he's another Josh Donaldson, but no, but he's like 2 years younger, and he just had one
Yeah,
bad year, so it wasn't like he was 38 and basically, had coming off. I mean, he came off of multiple bad years, and then
yeah.
Cashman thought it was a good idea to get him when he was clearly washed up. I don't think Ariano's washed up. I mean, I think he has a couple of good years in him left,
Hmm.
I
especially
would
in a
agree.
playoff team because
Yep,
the Yankees are a playoff team. So,
I
so
would
I
agree.
don't agree that he's washed up. So especially now because the Yankees got an extra $17 million to work with because get the insurance on Garrett Cole's contract is paying I think 25 million of his
Oh yeah,
salary.
and
So
hopefully, either during the trade deadline or next season, Yankees will get Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I would definitely be on board with that.
Unless the
but
Mets,
Guerrero he's looking for
No, because
500.
they re-signed Pete Alonso. Well, wait, doesn't Alonso have a opt out after the first year?
I think so. I think he can
I
leave
think.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
So
I mean, doesn't the National League got like a DH thing going on
yeah, they
now?
have a
Yeah.
DH now.
Yeah.
Both
I
leagues
mean,
Since
have it. So
2022. Yeah.
okay.
yeah, so there's no more pitchers hitting, even though I
I
like
like
that.
that because
So
I don't want to
You're
see
on the
pitchers get hurt.
pitchers
They,
only they were looking at and the average of all pitchers in the National League. They only hit 175
yeah.
combined, over the last 10 years.
uh,
So it's
Yeah.
kind of they were kind of useless offensively. So it's like okay, so why just bring on the DH?
right, right.
So yeah, I mean I mean, I would have. The Yankees could afford Arenado now, especially with Cole's injury and the money coming off the books. So why go with Oswaldo
Money.
Cabrera to open the season? I don't know, especially with
Well, I think
Jazz moving to second.
I think his defense will be fine. It's just what I just hope for. I don't want to see DJ LeMahieu on the Yankees ever again.
Oh my God!
Oh
Yeah,
He's
man.
he
still
hurt
a
his
Yankee.
he
Jeez.
yeah he's hurt his foot again. That's why he's not. He hasn't even had a
Yeah.
spring training yet. So he's becoming another Jacoby Ellsbury. You probably never see him again, even though he has 3 years left in that contract.
Yeah.
He has like
Yeah.
3 years left. So it's like, no. I mean, at this point, just let him sit home and collect the remainder of
But
his
I still wanted
contract.
to get back. I I would be on board with the Yankees. Bringing Vladimir Guerrero Jr. if they can. I know
I mean,
Guerrero
yeah.
he didn't want to play for the Yankees, but then lately he said I'd be open for it. So
Well, yeah, because the Yankees offer the most money. He's like
Yeah.
Soto. He's just looking for the
yeah.
largest contract he can get. So if
Rafael
that means
Nadal.
going to the LA Angels, he'll be fine with it. He just wants to get paid. He's one of those guys, like
Yeah.
Soto is. So yeah, so would I be fine with it? Sure, but I don't see the
I
Yankees
mean,
playing in
he's
that
one of the best, if
500.
not the best, first baseman in the game, and
Yeah,
he's still young. So
I
absolutely, I
don't,
would say.
I don't see the Yankees playing in that $500 million range. They didn't do it for Soto. They did it with Soto,
Well,
but
no, they tried
ultimately,
Soto. They just
yeah,
Yeah.
they did the best to match the offer, but just Soto got greedy, and he wanted all the
yeah,
money.
So
I,
God
I,
bless,
I still think the Yankees are going to do everything they can to try to get Vladdy. So
And I would
Um,
love Vladdy.
I don't
I take
see.
Vladdy.
I'm not against it, but I'm not expecting. I don't have my hopes up because the Yankees usually don't play in that over $500 million range. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not necessarily against it, but when is he a free agent? Let me
after
see.
this season,
Okay. I have a sleeper team that could get him. The Oakland A's.
What?
really.
There's a reason why for that because they're opening their
Well,
new
no,
stadium.
it's not Oakland anymore.
Oh, it's Sacramento,
Yeah.
soon to be LA. I mean
Yeah,
Las Vegas,
no,
but
Las
Yeah.
Vegas.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the reason why I'm saying them because they're opening a new stadium in 2027 or 2028. So
I
they
think
would
it's
need
2026. I think it's going to be a new stadium.
yeah, they're opening a new stadium in Vegas. So I think if they really want to open the stadium with a superstar, Vladdy is right there, and it's easy. It's easy pickings. So he'll be their superstar heading into the Vegas stadium. So just saying, and I guarantee you, the ownership in Oakland is going to spend money now since they got
No,
their new
not
stadium.
Oakland, not Oakland.
The
Yeah.
Athletics, let's say. I mean, they're going to spend
And
money
that
now
is
because they got their new stadium. Because
Yeah.
the only reason why I didn't spend money because they didn't want to be in Oakland Coliseum anymore, and they purposely made the team bad in order to
But the
force a
A's
move.
need to get rid of their female announcer. I don't remember her name, but she's fucking
oh
Yeah,
awful.
yeah,
shit.
she's
I
awful.
heard.
Yeah, yeah,
I heard.
Jenny something, Jenny Kavanaugh, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
It's a
awful. Yeah.
home run.
Yeah.
So they
And
got
it's
their
just
one. The A's got their $1.75 billion stadium approved by Las Vegas. So they're building it
Oh
now
yeah.
for
Where are the Rays playing this year?
Steinbrenner Field.
That's right. Yeah.
They're playing the home games at Steinbrenner Field,
really
which is a Yankees spring training facility.
right,
But
right.
that's where they're playing the home games at this
Yeah.
season.
Unfortunately, I think there are going to be more cheers for the Yankees when they play
Hmm.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Good luck,
they're
Rays.
gonna pay Yankees rent for the season, so until they could figure out where to play because they're supposed to build the stadium in Tampa, in downtown Tampa.
as Randy Orton would say, and rent's too,
Mm.
bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, they're supposed to build a stadium in downtown Tampa, but the project fell through ultimately.
Yeah.
They got no funding for it.
I
So
still don't know why they still have that stadium. And now, after what we just saw, what happened, they need to stop playing there now.
Yeah.
they're not going to fix the Tropicana field. I mean, it's not worth it and it's going to cost too much money and
Yeah,
basically they're done
people
playing
are
in
not showing
Tropicana.
up at that park. You know,
Yeah.
it's just why still play there?
It was a it was a 1990s brutal, brutal stadium to play at.
Mhm.
Because the roof is white, the ball is white, you can't see anything. So
And you have
there
these
were
bars
yeah.
Yeah.
that are in the way that the balls have hit those
Oh
bars.
no, I'm
Whether
pretty sober right now, so I'm not toasty right this second. But
I'm
uh,
toasty. I'm toasty, but let's get it.
yeah. So yeah, I mean that's my sleeper team to get Vladdy, the Athletics, because
Yeah, that'd be
they're
interesting.
opening a new stadium next year or the year after, and they're gonna
well,
want a
let's
superstar.
remember if you remember 2012 when the Marlins were moving to a new stadium and they
Hmm.
changed it as the Miami Marlins and they
They
got
spent
all
all
these
that
like
money.
free
Yeah.
seats and they had Ozzie Guillen as the manager and then we
Yeah.
all know how that turned
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
A year
yeah.
later, Ozzy was fired and everybody was traded, but and then they went back to rebuilding, but
Yeah.
for a perpetual rebuild in Miami.
And,
But
and also they had that female owner, I don't remember her name, but she did a really great job and then they got rid of her and now the Marlins suck again.
oh yeah, they've been in a perpetual rebuild since that
Yeah.
2012 season, and they'll
Yeah.
never. After Jeter took over the team, he traded everybody pretty much, including Stanton, to the Yankees, and
Wasn't
that
it
was
Peter and Jeb Bush? Wasn't also Jeb Bush?
I think
Bush
Jeb Bush
before.
part of that ownership
If
because I
if
know.
he was, I remember hearing discussions that he maybe
Oh
would
no,
be out.
he wanted to buy the team, but ultimately, Derek Jeter and Bruce Sherman bought the team. The vulture capitalist, Bruce Sherman, and he's not
Yeah,
going to spend any money. So it's like,
right, right.
so Marlins are screwed with him at the ownership.
And then it's
So
funny, just to bring up, when it comes to baseball in Florida, because all this started with spring training. You're like, oh, there's a lot of fans going on spring training games,
yeah,
but it doesn't translate to, the major league, even though the Marlins, have won a couple of championships. But I'm just saying,
yeah. I mean,
you know,
Miami isn't really a sports town unless it's like the Dolphins.
well, Dolphin,
They
right,
don't.
right.
Yeah, but they don't
Well,
care
and
about the Heat. They only care
And
about
the
the
same,
Heat when they're winning. If they're
and then the
not
same way
winning,
with Tampa, with the
yeah,
Buccaneers.
at least the
yeah,
one good
Well,
thing is that their baseball stadium, or will be most likely be in GTA 6. So
uh-huh.
oh yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta see
so
that.
yeah, that's why I'm thinking that Oakland's going to spend some money. They already spent money. They brought in
Money, money,
Severino for
money,
like
money.
$70 million. They already brought in
Wow.
Severino for like 70 million, so they're already spending money. So it's
Okay.
like they're going to
what
open
I
their
thought was
pocketbook.
funny was when Severino explained why he joined the A's. He explained,
Mhm.
like the postseason runs they had in 2018, 2019, 2020. He also mentioned 2017. I'm like, no, they didn't make the postseason in
Mm.
2017. They finished last in that division.
He probably thought that he was playing with Canseco.
He's like, He's like, hey, they made the postseason in
The Bash
2017.
Brothers,
No, they
baby.
didn't. No, they
Bash
didn't.
Brothers.
They finished dead last that year. So,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, they got their brand new stadium. They're gonna move into it pretty soon. And oh, if you're Las Vegas, good luck trying to fund your education and social programs in 10 years because that's not gonna happen. Because they spent what billions of dollars to build the Legion Stadium for the Raiders, and now they spent billions more to build the A's a new stadium. So yeah, good luck trying to fund your education and social programs in 15 years because they're not gonna be able to do it
We
because
racing, we
they have
racing
all these
gamblers.
bonds due.
Yeah, we
They got to
racing
pick up.
gamblers.
And hopefully maybe there's more gambling out there with these stadiums, but
Oh yeah.
WrestleMania is going to be a Legion Stadium, so that probably is
Right.
make a lot of money for the city, but in a few weeks. So yeah, let's see. So as I'm not sure you guys know, in 2026 there's probably going to be another lockout. So
Oh, I did hear something about. Yeah.
yeah, because a lot of owners are digging in their heels on a hard salary cap, on a hard cap, and the players don't want it. It'd be expecting to have a long lockout again
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What you guys
because
think
the
about the salary cap?
well, it's tough because because usually I side with labor. I want these players to make as much money as they can, especially with these owners, building $1.5 billion stadiums and ripping off the taxpayer to do it. So yeah, so it's like take as much money as you can from these owners, but at the same time, these owners are digging in their heels on a hard cap. So they want a hard cap, and a lot of the big market teams are against it. Obviously, like the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Dodgers, especially them,
Yeah, the
how much
Dodgers.
money they
Right.
spent. Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens, but I'm expecting another lockout in
Okay.
2026.
Should be interesting.
So I mean, hopefully they can solve this quickly, but even like the commissioner is like, "Oh, we're probably gonna have a lockout." They're not even negotiating during the season next year. So, hmm,
I'm in between in regards to the lockout, but then we've seen the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers. I don't know what the hell is going on. That they can sign anybody
Yeah.
for whatever
the
They're
million.
Dodgers, yeah, the Dodgers are, they don't care about the luxury tax. Like they don't care. It's like, okay, we'll pay whatever penalties we have to pay, but we're building the best team we can to win championships every year.
Right.
So they don't care. Steve Cohen doesn't care either over in the Mets because he just spent $750 million to get Juan Soto, so he
yeah.
doesn't care.
Yeah.
Hal
It was
Steinbrenner
just for
cares.
one player. That amount for one player who's only good
Mhm.
for hitting. And it didn't spend a whole lot for much else.
They didn't do much else. I mean, they got Clay Holmes to be a starter, but
And hey,
after
to my shock, he's done really well as a starter. But
isn't he
we'll
going
have
to
to
start opening day? He's their opening day
yeah, I
starter,
heard
I
he's
think.
pitching opening
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
So it's like, oh wow. So I know he did well in the spring, but
That
I
doesn't
wasn't.
that doesn't always translate to the regular
No, no, it
season.
doesn't. I mean, we'll see what he does in the regular season, but
And
because
especially since we have Sean Mania is out for a couple months at least.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
So
I heard that.
they didn't
they
re-signed.
need
They didn't re-sign. Who's that guy? Who was the other one pitching for them last? He was
uh
he was he also pitched for the Cardinals, for the White Sox, and the Cubs.
I forget his
The other
name, but
left-hander.
yeah.
What I'm talking about. Forgot his name.
Yeah, he left. They did.
Jose
Yeah,
Quintana.
Quintana. Yeah, and he was
Ah,
like, yeah, and the
Yeah.
Mets did nothing besides Soto and I just forgot his name. The one that the starting opening day. I just lost his name.
Clay Holmes.
yeah,
Clay Holmes. Yeah, they didn't do much else, So I was
They
like, they
also
were.
signed AJ Minter. I think that's his name.
Yeah, and they brought back Pete
And
Alonso, but it
immediately,
wasn't.
right after they signed him, they had that little press conference, or not the press conference, but a event or whatever. And he's another one of those cocky players, just like Mets are the New York sports town now. We're the real
right.
ones.
Bullshit, dude. I mean, just
That never works. Curtis Granderson said. I remember Curtis Granderson saying that never worked. Noah Syndergaard said that never worked. It's not going to work. Until you win another World Series, you're still a little brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so for Dave, Sean is gay.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Come on. No, that's messed up.
yeah, I mean, the Athletics they're building their opulent stadium in Las Vegas, and I call it opulent because it's 1.75 billion,
Ooh.
and and I'm like, really? And, and the taxpayers are paying most of that cost. Like, it's I call it the new stadium scam, which is basically what owners do when they get a new stadium. They buy a team, they insist on a brand new stadium, they get it, and they immediately flip the team and make a massive profit on it. Like, I
Yeah.
guarantee you that's what John Fisher is gonna do. He's gonna sell this team
Yeah.
as soon as he gets his stadium.
Oh yeah,
So
and the A's X account. I believe they still have the replies locked with their posts.
uh,
So
well, I mean, they move into Sacramento this season. They won't even. I'm sure they'd rather play in Sacramento than that dump in the Oakland Coliseum.
yeah,
I mean, got there was sewers, overflowing. They had rats like this big in the bathroom. People seen. They
I
had
see. I see.
they had
reminds
guys.
me of the Commander Stadium when they have
Uh,
all those issues.
yeah, I mean it was a dump, and I'm like those stadiums, Oracle Arena and Oakland
I was
Coliseum, are
saying,
abandoned. They're
yeah, yeah.
abandoned right now, and they're not doing anything with them. So I don't know what they're gonna do with those giant stadiums out there, but they're gonna stay abandoned now for a while, I guess, unless they can find another team to play there. But zero chance of that, in my opinion. So let's see what else. The Yankees, I think they're gonna win 95 games. If they play their game and are healthy, they can get back to the World Series again. And I expect to have that rematch with the Dodgers again this season,
We'll see.
because unless they completely fall apart in the playoffs, they're gonna get back to the World Series.
Yeah.
Especially since they signed what's his face? Blake Snell, and they spent all that money again. So
Mhm.
so
I
and
mean, who Blake Snell signed up with who?
the
The
Dodgers.
Dodgers.
They spent their, I mean, and also they're using the deferred money as a way to get around the luxury tax too.
Mm.
That's
Also,
how they
they
got
signed
around.
Michael Conforto.
Yeah,
I think they signed another decent player for them. I don't remember who, but
they
Yeah.
brought back Teoscar Hernandez. They brought him back.
well,
So
yeah,
Come
they brought him
on.
back. Yeah, but I was thinking, I thought maybe they also signed another new player. I don't remember,
They,
but
uh,
uh,
yeah,
you
they
can't.
did. They did. I
Yeah.
remember they also brought in another new player. I don't remember who it was though. Um,
yeah,
Um.
they're right now deferring a bunch of money so they can get around the luxury tax too. So
yeah,
it's another thing owners are mad about, that players are taking deferred money. I'm
the
like, well, that's
Giants
up to the
could be another
players.
team to watch this season. They're looking to be better. The San Francisco Giants.
Well, yeah, I mean the Giants could be a team to watch. I mean, the Padres are there. They still have a pretty talented
They
roster,
didn't do much though.
Yeah, right, and they're in the top 10. When it comes
and
to MLB rankings.
yeah, yeah, they didn't. They were okay, but they're still there, with Machado and Xander Bogarts, and
Yeah.
I can't think anybody else on that team right now, but
How
it's
about
a pretty good
Tatis?
roster. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
You got the Padres, you got the
But they still
Orioles.
have Fernando Tatis
Right,
Jr.
yeah,
right.
Tatis Jr. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I'm
And then
like, okay.
you got the Diamondbacks too. Hey,
They got
Yeah,
to a World Series a couple of years ago, so
and they
right.
actually won more games last year. But problem is they lost that bad game against the Brewers, and then they only won 2 games the rest of the
hmm
year. Even just
yeah, so that was a brutal way to go down, but
but yeah, but I expect them to still be good, and they
yeah,
got Corbin Burns. He
yeah, they
wanted to go
got
to Arizona, so
yeah
yeah,
they got a World Series a couple of years ago, so they're
yeah.
not. And I'm sure the owner is still looking to trade away Jordan Montgomery. I mean, remember when the owner
Oh
said that
my
was a
god!
big mistake to bring
Oh
him in?
yeah, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Remember all the Yankee fans are like,
Ah,
no,
boy,
like,
yes,
why did you trade
yes.
Montgomery? He's like, no, we should bring him back. I'm like, I
Right.
kept telling him
No,
no. stop. No,
No,
he's not a competitor or anything.
he was
He's a
a
pitcher, but he's not.
yeah, he was legitimately the worst pitcher in baseball last year,
Yeah.
statistically.
Now,
So,
obviously, at least one of the reasons why is because he was signed delayed, of course. But
well,
still, that
yeah, I mean that was partly the reason why, but at the same
yeah, but
time,
still, it's
he
inexcusable.
wasn't good.
All those Yankee fans who wanted them back, I'm like, I never understood. Sure, I guess it was maybe questionable when the Yankees traded him, but I was like,
They
whatever.
traded him to the Cardinals for why am I forgetting? Bader, right? Harrison
Yeah,
Bader.
Yeah. Yep.
But he was injured when they traded for him. That's why they didn't make sense. I mean, it's like,
yeah,
what?
but then
You're
when he came back during the season, Harrison Bader, he was fun to watch. He
yeah.
did so.
Yes, I agree with that, but it's like what? Okay, that Harrison Bader is a good player, but he's hurt. He
Hmm.
can't play another month at least. So it's like you're trading away a starting pitcher who was at the time decent to good, and for what? For a guy that's hurt right now, it's like questionable. But he did play well once they
Yeah.
once he got healthy. But right
Hmm.
now, Jordan Montgomery, no. I'd
Nah.
rather take a chance on Carrasco, which turns out he pitched well in the spring at least. So we'll see what he does
Yeah.
in the regular season. But
Hmm.
Let's
Yankees
go,
need
Carrasco.
so yeah, I expect him to do better than 3-10. I mean, if you're gonna pitch 30
Yeah.
games, he's probably gonna win 10 games at least. I expect.
With the Yankees
So
lineup, absolutely.
yeah,
Hmm.
so Clay Bellinger. I mean, I
Cody.
thought.
Cody.
Oh
Oh,
Said Clay.
Cody, yeah. Like
I
Cody.
was I always confuse him with his dad because his
Yeah.
dad played in the Yankees back in the dynasty years. So Cody Bellinger, I always loved I always loved him, even when he had his off seasons with the Dodgers
Yeah.
and with I'm like he'd be perfect for the Yankees
Yeah.
because of that for a short
I
purchasing
always
price.
remember when he
Hmm,
after the 2020 Astro scanner happened, he's like, they,
hmm.
Judge should have won MVP. Those players should have been stripped. I remember that interview he had in
Yeah, they
20.
should have, and the commissioner should have stripped them in their championship, and they
Yeah,
didn't. He didn't. He's like he took the easy way out and said, "Well,
Mm.
I mean, they cooperated and they got their suspensions, but we're not going to strip them of their championship."
yeah.
I'm like, but
As long as he
but they
can hit
cheated.
somewhere between 20 to 30 home runs, I'd be satisfied.
Oh yeah, I'd be too. I mean, I don't expect him to be a 50 home run guy, but
No, no.
so the Yankees have already announced that Judge is batting second and Bellinger is going to bat third, at least for the beginning of the year. So, which again
It's
I'm fine with.
probably the right move.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's definitely a good move.
mhm.
I would have considered flipping them because that way Judge protects Bellinger. He sees more pitches to
But then
hit.
who would bat behind him? That would be the problem. Who would bat behind him?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm thinking Bellinger might see more fastballs to hit. They don't want to walk him to pitch to Judge, but I do get
Especially,
it. That they made that decision. So
especially at home, he's
mm,
left, right field, left-handed batter.
yeah, that
Ah,
short porch.
yeah.
You're gonna see hit more home
Thing-
runs this season.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and thank God
So,
Judge is back to right field. That's his
Right.
oh
main position.
God, yeah, because he was good. He was good in center last year,
Yeah,
but
yeah, he did everything he could in center.
yeah, I
Of
would
course,
prefer.
he did it. He did great until that one game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that
Yeah.
one game we all know about here.
Oh,
So
come on, Alex, you messed me up, man.
Yeah,
You messed me
I
up
didn't
one
say it. I didn't say it. I was just hinting.
time.
But yeah, but still right field. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely the right position for him. That's his main position.
Yep.
Um,
yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
but if they could get Jason Dominguez to play well in left field, if he can get that sorted out, I think the outfield looks great.
I,
Oh
I,
yeah,
I would
yeah. The
say so.
outfield looks
Yep.
great, and if Dominguez can figure it out there, and
I
be
think
able to,
didn't Cody Bellinger already make a great play in center during spring training? I think I may have seen him make.
yeah, I think I did see that. He did see. So yeah, I think he's definitely gonna be fine out there. Judge and Wright, Dominguez needs to figure it out because
Yeah,
he has to start the season in left field. I mean, who else going to
Yep.
play out there? He's had a good
yeah.
spring, at least
Yeah.
offensively.
Mhm.
I know he dropped some balls, and I know
Yeah,
immediately we've had kind of meltdowns from Yankee fans, like, "What do you don't have a
yeah,
left fielder?" It's like, yes, you do.
Yeah.
just what's the word?
The,
It's to
the,
be
the,
it would.
the armchair managers, that's what we would
Yeah,
call them.
yeah. It's like they're already looking to replace him. I'm like, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, just
Right.
give him, give him a chance to get
Be
out
like,
there
be
and
like, oh, he dropped the ball. Fire boom.
yeah. I'm like, what? Like, yeah,
But
I don't want to see him drop the ball, but it's
Yeah.
no, don't fire Boone. So it looks like the
you fire boom, are we getting Derek Jeter maybe?
Derek
does
Jeter.
does Jeter want to manage? I mean, I don't had
I
any
mean,
I mean,
indication
he
that
would
he
need to
wants
have
to.
well, no, I
No.
don't. I don't think you can rely on nostalgia for it. Yeah.
Paul O'Neill maybe.
I mean,
Or maybe even Jorge Posada. He was a catcher.
Okay, I
That
can
could
see
be.
Posada.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't. Paul O'Neill has never coached. He's been ever since he retired. He's worked for the Yankees at the Yes Network. He's
Yeah.
been commentating since like
Yeah,
2002.
yeah, yeah.
One
So
thing
he's
I
never
hope for the
coached
Yankee
either.
Network is that we don't hear John Flaherty be the play-by-play announcer again. He's so bad at play-by-play.
Yeah, I mean they need
I
they
like
need
him as
to.
color commentator,
Yeah,
but
he's
play-by-play,
fine.
he's so boring.
He's fine as the analyst or color guy, but
Right,
he's
right,
not.
Yeah.
right.
His play by play is like, ugh.
Wasn't
And
So
John?
also,
Wasn't
I
John
saw your post.
Boston guy?
What
what?
about Boston?
No, wasn't John used to play with Boston? John
He played
Flaherty.
Oh,
all
John
over the
Flaherty?
place. Yeah, he played all over the place. I
Yeah.
mean, he played for Boston, Yankees, Tampa Bay Rays when they first became that expansion team. So he
Right.
played all over the place. So it's not like he's one of those journeymen. He played all over the
Of
league.
course, Steph always has to be a smartass with her comments. She just drops his balls.
Yeah, I see that. Let's see.
Drop balls, baby. Let's go.
So Boone.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So shit. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I saw your post. Of course, I already mentioned Dave Sims. I heard him.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
a Judge
He is.
O'Brien. I guess
He's gonna
I would
be.
say he's the great replacement for John Sterling.
Yeah,
So
he's gonna be the radio guy for now on, and he is a great hire by the Yankees
Hey,
yeah.
that's
because
true.
he was out there in Seattle for years and years and years, and he's done great work out there. When Sterling retired, he's like
I still
they
don't want to hear Susan Waldman ever again.
Oh
is she
my
still
God,
is she
sister
still gonna
guy.
be the colored woman, or
I
they
Yeah.
don't know.
found somebody else?
I don't want to hear. Oh
Uh,
my goodness gracious,
uh,
Roger Clemens.
Uh,
right, right.
yeah,
Yeah,
she
I grew up with Susie, with the WFAN. Come on,
yeah,
man.
with Sterling and Susan. Yeah,
Come
they've been
on.
doing the radio for years out there for the Yankees.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I
Susie,
mean, John was great. Susan was questionable. It's like, ugh. All
yeah.
right. So
Dave
Dave
Sims.
Sims is excellent.
Dave Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I enjoy
let's
him.
see. The so right now the season starts on Thursday. They play Milwaukee at. And they're starting the year at home or in Milwaukee.
Oh
Whoops.
yeah, Yankee Stadium. Yeah.
Okay, they're starting the year at Yankee Stadium. Okay. Yeah, that's Yankee Stadium. So, they're gonna play Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday with
Yeah. Thankfully
against
not
Milwaukee.
Friday because then we would have to watch it on. Well,
Yeah,
Apple TV.
yeah. So Angel in the afternoon is Friday at 7. So probably it's gonna be tough during the year. I may have to
Yeah.
watch the Yankee game here and stuff, but it's fine. I'll be able to do it.
Okay.
Um,
And
yeah, I
thankfully,
mean,
I still have MLB.TV. So
yeah. So you're gonna have to get that because you're not local, so the games aren't gonna be on out there much.
I can't watch
Um,
the Dodgers or Angels games, but I can still watch every other game. So
Yeah, yeah, because they're
or unless did they change that? I think it may have changed that for this season about the locals. I might be able to watch Dodgers Angels games. Maybe I don't remember, but I thought maybe they changed something. They did make a change. I don't remember what it was though.
um, let's see,
They did something that I know the fans were happy about. I remember. I just don't remember.
clubs located within the United States may be subject to home television territory blackout restrictions that may expand outside the United States. So it looks like there's still blackout rules, especially if especially if you're, living in LA where the Dodgers are at. Not that I might not be able to see the Dodgers on MLB TV, but
Yeah.
so yeah, so it
I
sucks.
still
I
wish
don't
I
like.
had a MLB Network. You remember when I mentioned ever since, they YouTube TV got rid of MLB Network after the 2022 season. So
Yeah, that they still haven't brought it back. So it's like one
yeah,
of those
it's
things where,
ridiculous.
hmm yeah. So um, what else? The Yankees, they start Thursday. Hopefully, they get off to a strong start and not kind of falter. Because right,
Yeah,
I know a lot of
no,
injuries.
no bad summer stretch, please,
Yeah, they always manage to have at least a 2 week stretch or a 3 week stretch where
or 2 month stretch, pretty
they
much.
can't do anything right. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's just horrible to
I would just
sit
love
there.
for because of what I've seen from the Mets fan base. I would just love for the team to just be bad this year. Um,
Yeah, I mean that would be.
of course, even when they get off to a bad start, we can't assume that it's going to be like that way the whole way because we saw
Yeah,
how they came back strong in the year.
they
So,
came back in the second half and
but still, it's
they
not a
took the.
guarantee that they're going to have the same success this year. So,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
took the Dodgers to 6 games, so
yeah,
it wasn't their. It wasn't like they, are pushovers, but at the same time, it's like I would love to see at least, bad. If Soto gets off to a bad start, Met fans would like I'd be five alarm
absolutely.
fire. I'd be an emergency
Also,
if he
like
gets off.
I tagged you a couple days ago, where Mets fans were getting excited about higher ticket prices.
Oh,
Like, come on, what are you doing?
well, yeah, I mean, Cohen just spent $750 million for Soto. You would expect higher ticket prices.
Woohoo! Games are more expensive. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like they're celebrating the fact they have to pay more money now. It's like
What
no,
the fuck?
they
What are you guys
charging more than the
rich?
Yankees for ticket prices. It's like that's not something to celebrate. I
No.
mean, that's something to be like, hey, what the fuck, Steve? I mean, aren't you
Yeah.
the $1 billion owner here? That can afford
Yeah.
this stuff,
And of
and
course,
now
like
you're.
we saw Steve Cohen, you know, calling out fans for not showing up the games or whatever he was saying like a week or two ago. And I remember tagging you saying, "Can you imagine if Hal Steinbrenner said that?"
Well, I mean, he wouldn't because the Yankees had one of the best
Yeah,
attendance in baseball every year.
yeah.
So
But I mean, he's also smarter. It's much for
he's yeah, he's a smart businessman. So like he
yeah,
wouldn't disrespect the fans in that way. But
yeah.
the Yankees had almost 3 million fans attend last year, so they're good in attendance.
Oh
But the
yeah.
problem is, Hal Steinbrenner isn't as rich as Steve Cohen. So you're telling me that Steve Cohen
Yeah.
can't afford, like, he needed to
But
raise
even
ticket
Steve
prices?
Cohen, he spends so much on one player, but he can't get the other players. So that's the thing with Steve
No,
Cohen.
no, he can't get pitching, can't get other players. He just like, oh, I got Juan Soto. Great, that's my off season. Like, see you guys for spring training.
Yeah.
Like what? It was like I look at the Mets roster and I said it at the time, it's not good enough to get, to have a deep playoff run right now. I mean, not
Yeah.
saying they won't, but on paper, they don't look that good. Especially when Clay Holmes doing the number one starter, basically. When he was just a
Mets
bullpen
suck,
last year.
man. Mets suck, bro.
Mets suck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so let's see. Any final thoughts? Because I almost 9 and I gotta go in a few minutes. So
Um, I just hope it's an amazing season for the Yankees again, and hopefully they finally win 28. So
yeah, I mean, we were 3 games away from 28. If it wasn't for that,
I
that
still
inning.
remember, you know, that Game 5 victory against the Guardians. We were all celebrating finally getting back to the World Series. It
Oh
was
God,
amazing.
yeah. And
But
again, Soto hit that home run, and that's always gonna be, a
yeah,
great
Yeah,
Yankee moment.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Just like
uh,
Aaron Boone.
yeah,
It was like, yeah, we got that home run, but what's the
yeah.
point if we didn't win?
yeah. There's no point. It's a nice moment, but
Right.
ultimately, the championship was what mattered. Let's
Right.
if Yankees win that World Series, does Soto still leave? You think, or would he stay and take less money?
I think he
Yeah, I
will
probably
stay.
think he still leave. Yeah,
You think
because we
so?
Okay.
You
saw what
think
happened with
yeah,
Albert Pujols. Remember after the
yeah,
Cardinals won, when
yeah. He
Pujols came
left
out.
too. He went to the Angels. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes, I think if the Mets would offer more money, he probably would have gone anyways.
and it
Even if
just
the
goes to
Yankees got
show
28.
how loyal Judge is and how much we appreciate Judge with the
Yeah, yeah,
Yankees.
he's very. He could have
Right,
gotten a lot more money from the Padres. They really wanted him. The Giants really wanted him.
right.
He
I
wanted to be
remember.
a
He
Yankee,
he
so
did he did that dog and pony show and went to San Francisco. It's like, oh hey, I'm
yeah,
here to talk to the Giants. We'll see what
yeah.
happens. He did that dog and pony show. It's like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and then
No,
I
no,
I
it was
saw
Arson Judge.
yeah I when I saw Arson Judge sign with the Giants, I'm like, who? Who's Arson Judge? And then it turned out that he signed, and he didn't sign with the Giants. He signed with the Yankees a few hours after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and I remember I saw a Giants fan podcast, and they were like, "Damn, Aaron Judge used us to go back to the Yankees." That was what happened because he did a dog and pony show to go to San Francisco and
Yeah.
speak to them, and he toured the stadium. It's like, oh man,
Yeah,
Judge is probably gonna.
yeah, I'm a yeah, because he ain't judged like from California or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I thought it's a good chance he would go to San Francisco.
Right, me too.
Because it's an hour away from where he lives, and he likes it out there in California. So I was like, oh, we don't have a good
By
chance
the
of
way,
taking
Juan
him.
Soto apparently he can't stop talking about how he misses the Yankees or something like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
did. I did hear him keep saying about talking about the Yankees. I'm like, is he already regretting signing with the Mets? Because he has 15 more years
uh,
left in that contract.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
he has 15 more years left from that contract. So if he's regretting it already and he hasn't even started year one, there's going to be he has a massive
Yeah.
problem on his hands.
Oh yeah.
So,
What if it
so
becomes another Bobby Bonilla situation?
Yo, che. Yo, Alex, was you born in that time when Bobby Bonilla happened?
yeah,
Um, well,
he
I'm
would have
did it
been.
happen? Did it happen during the mid '90s? Is that correct?
okay.
Yeah, he went to the
Yeah, early
Mets.
90s.
Yeah, and they were ready to release him, and no,
Yeah,
actually they didn't
I
release
was
him.
born in '91, so
Yeah, the Mets, the old ownership was like, hey, we're not going to pay your final year, but we're going to defer it at to like a 5% interest rate or something, and he would get that yearly. Like so, he ended up making 20 million when he was supposed to make 8 in his final
And,
year.
most,
and
most,
let me tell you something, you guys. I mean, I'm not sure, whatever you guys age. Even I remember watching a Monday Night Football game, and
Uh
even then they say, "Oh, Bobby Bonilla, they whatever the sweepstakes,
huh.
the Mets got him." I mean,
yeah,
just to tell
Yeah.
you how big that was back then, even in
Uh huh.
football, they talked about that.
The
I'm like,
Mets, the Mets, they were like, yeah, but
yes,
they ended up having to pay him. I think he's still on the payroll right now for $1 million a year for a few more
and
years.
it's
So
going to be interesting to see how Ed Luis Diaz, I mean Edwin Diaz,
uh
does
huh.
with the Mets.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I look,
that's
and
another guy.
I I expect him to be okay, but I don't know if it ever be that Edwin Diaz where he was dominant like that
Right,
anymore.
right.
But the trumpets, man, the
Yeah, yeah.
trumpets.
Boo, pick it up,
Uh huh.
boo. Whatever that means.
So yeah, I mean, we'll definitely check back in probably in May or something and review
Yeah.
like the first month of the
By
year
the way,
and
do we have to wait long again for the Yankees and Red Sox to play as usual? I think we do,
let
right?
me check the schedule. I mean, I could
I
find
just
that out
never
real quick.
understand it. We always have to wait till like what June to
Yeah,
play.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
It ain't silly. I mean, it's
yeah, it's
kind
kind
of
of
Yankees
silly,
and
silly.
Red
that.
Sox.
Uh,
I mean,
so let me
it can
see.
be
April,
2 games.
Diamondbacks, Pirates, Tigers, Giants, Royals. Wow, they don't play in April at all.
Right,
No, I think I knew
right.
that part.
May, not in May either. Looks like we got to wait till June again to see the Red
Yeah,
Sox.
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah, it's
so,
June 6th, 7th, and 8th in Yankee Stadium. That's the
wow.
first matchup of the year between the Yankees and Red Sox.
Christ. Ugh.
I
So we got to wait
mean,
till June again to see the Red Sox in the
Is it? Do we
schedule.
also have to wait till June till we play the Mets? I assume.
Maybe
yeah,
July even.
yeah, because I
I
know
wish
Yeah,
they
we would
moved
July.
those
play.
things
I
early.
wish we would play 3 games of series again, not 2 games. It's
Yeah, we don't see the Mets until July at City Field.
July.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the schedule is kind of strange because we're playing the Giants and stuff early in the year, Diamondbacks.
So what is it? We playing the Mets every year, opposed to
Uh,
whatever the schedule is. Like what is
uh,
it?
um,
Instantly?
yeah, that's interleague. Um, yeah, we
At
see
least
the
we've
Mets in
got
July.
a decent first half of the schedule, so
Ah,
at least
okay.
Look, if I look at the April, May, June, I mean the schedule is pretty let's see. They got the Dodgers. We got the Dodgers in late
in
May,
June.
so
May.
yeah, in late
Okay.
May.
Yeah.
We got the Padres, the Mets in May. Okay, I didn't see that. The Mets play and it's in May.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We got 3 games in Yankee Stadium in May. Rangers, Rockies, Angels. I
Rangers are going to
mean,
be interesting because it makes me wonder if Bruce Bochy is manager. Are they going to start winning the odd years now, like when Bruce
yeah,
Bochy?
it looks like
And,
that's just a
Bruce,
strange thing
yeah,
there.
Bruce Bochy, what's it? Very underrated. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Very
Oh, he's
underrated
going to be
coach.
in the Hall of Fame. He's
Oh
going to
Well,
yeah.
be.
he would have been if he stayed retired, but he came
Yeah.
back to the
Mm,
Giant. I mean, to the Rangers, and that 5 year timer went back to zero basically.
right.
So
Yeah.
if he retires again, then he has to wait 5 more years
Yeah.
Do
to
you
be
guys
eligible for Hall of
do
Fame.
you guys think that that should be removed? The 5 year thing.
Mm,
Um,
I don't know
I'm
if I really see
indifferent.
a reason
Okay.
I don't.
to
I
change
don't
it.
see. I'm indifferent. Like I don't see them removing it because they don't want somebody in the Hall of Fame and they keep playing. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Mm,
or they keep managing or coaching or something. So
okay.
yeah. So yeah. I mean, we'll check back in with the team in May. We'll see some point in May, and we'll review the first
And
month or
hopefully
something.
Karen can join again. Well, come on, Karen, we miss you. Please welcome back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why she's not ignoring us, but she's not getting back to us. So I
Maybe we
hope
can have Savvy Saps join. She's a Red
yeah,
Sox. I would,
if she's
you know,
willing, I don't see why not. I don't see
yeah.
no.
Or
I'm not
maybe
gonna
even
say no to it.
even Misty if she wanted to join because she's a Guardians fan, maybe.
Well, then again, I'm open to anything, but well, I mean, yeah, we're gonna check back in with the team in May. I mean, it's past 9 o'clock, and I'm tired, so I got to go tomorrow morning somewhere. So yeah, so I want to thank Alex and Dee for hanging out with me again. We did something with Steph earlier today, which I'm not sure when she's actually planning to upload it, but she'll tell us.
Well,
And
she messaged you, said retweet new episode at 9:05 or something. So
Right.
it must be something. Yeah, I mean, well, if I see it, I'll definitely retweet it. So yeah, I mean, so I want to thank you guys for joining us and the audience as well. We'll definitely check back in with the Yankees in May at some point. Just gotta make sure to actually schedule it and not forget. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back in May to review the first month of the season. Have a nice week, everybody, and I'll see you guys. We'll see you in May. Peace.
yeah.